I believe the great separate the K from the K-pop war is coming on the horizon, and Le Sserafim will unfortunately be its principal battleground, simply for the fact that they are under HYBE labels and are also a girl group. I hate to go there, but I don't think that we would be having this conversation at all if Easy was released by a boy group. I think for a lot of people, Le Sserafim has started to strongly represent the remove the K from the K-pop concept that Hitman Bang has been talking about. I suspect that's why some people didn't take kindly to the anti-K-pop comments about Le Sserafim on the Zach Sang show. If you watched that interview, Zach Sang really pushed the "you all do something so different than every other K-pop group" sentiment at the start of the interview, and Le Sserafim kind of tried their best to shut down the anti-K-pop narrative about them, but he kept going and pointing out how they do things so differently. I really suspect that someone at the manager level at Source Music, when approving and suggesting questions for this interview, wanted that to be a focus at the very top of the interview, and it makes sense, right, to point out the distinction of Le Sserafim in the world of K-pop for anyone listening to the Zach Sang show who might not be familiar or that attracted to K-pop. If an average listener hears about how different Le Sserafim is from traditional K-pop, that might be incentive enough to give them more of a chance. I don't know, but from the perspective of K-pop fans, this sounded a little alarming. As much as I think Zach Sang is a great interviewer, the narrative pushed at the start definitely lifted Le Sserafim up at the expense of putting other K-pop groups down. While there's still a lot of love for them as a group, I think this separation concept has people increasingly worried, and Easy as a song is definitely not going to remedy those concerns. It's the strongest departure from K-pop we've seen from them yet. Le Sserafim have jumped genres for every release this far, but I would say their previous title tracks have always incorporated some kind of K-pop convention that tied it back to the world of K-pop. Easy doesn't make that same kind of effort, which is why I think people may be a little displeased with this release. Similar to the Jungkook video I did regarding the New York Times article, I guess my question continues to be, why can't Le Sserafim do this? We know that they do have quite an artistic input into their group, and if this is something that they want to do, why can't they? Le Sserafim's concept has always been about pushing boundaries. Unforgiven, the release before this one, is a declaratory statement that they will march into territories they aren't allowed to be in. The rules don't apply to them, right? Easy, as well as every other song they've released, makes sense with this in mind. Le Sserafim is quite an evergreen concept that allows them to do anything. They've built themselves as the kind of group that's going to try new things, and they've stuck pretty consistently to that idea since the very beginning. They want to push boundaries, and of course will receive a lot of pushback from doing that. That being said, I know that this sound isn't for everyone. Not everyone is going to like the song, that's fine, and I also do understand the concerns about separating the K from the K-pop. I don't really know if there's anything that we can do about it, or if there's anything that we should do about it. All in all, and as I've said before, I personally believe groups like Le Sserafim should be allowed to do what they want artistically. It's fine to wish for K-pop to stay the way that it was, but making that some kind of universal restriction for all of K-pop prohibits groups like Le Sserafim from being able to fully explore themselves as artists. I don't think that that restriction is at all worth it, because in the end, there will always be a market for K-pop in its original form. If Le Sserafim isn't the kind of group to fill that market, another group absolutely will. That's what I think generally about the separate the K from the K-pop discussion. As for my thoughts on the song, I really like Easy. I think right now the instrumental is my favorite part of the song so far. That kind of muffled, I think it's a woodwind instrument in the background. It sounds like an Animal Crossing song, like an OST for the GameCube version of Animal Crossing. I really like Easy as a song, and also its message. I personally definitely needed a message like this, a song that can convince me that whatever it is that I do, I can make it look easy. I feel like I need to be more delusional when taking on challenges, faking it till you make it, and believing that I'm good at everything I do when that is definitely not the case. I'll need more time to develop a full opinion on the song, and the same goes for the rest of the album, but I really like that Le Sserafim are starting to have more production credits in their work. I think that is really going to develop and refine the narrative of their concept if they continue on in this direction. I want to see a full project that is fully composed by Le Sserafim sometime in the future. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Again, I know this release isn't going to be for everyone, and I'm already starting to see discussions about, the concern about removing the K from the K-pop. I personally don't think it's that serious, but I know some people do, so if you see it in a different way, if you have any other thoughts about this song or release, definitely let me know. I'm not steadfast in my opinions about this, especially about separating the K from the K-pop. I'm willing to have my mind changed about this, because I think it's a very complex issue. So I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching this. Again, let me know what you think, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time.